Kit includes 2 batteries and 2 USB charging cables. The first thing to do after opening the kit is to plug the battery into the power supply to charge. The flight time of a new battery without charging will not exceed 5 minutes, because the new battery contains only a small amount of power. Only the charging cable is in the kit. Requires a USB charger with an output of 0.5- to 5 volts. Most USB chargers can be adapted. You must check the output power of the charger before use and do not overload it. The output power of the charging cable is 500 mA, 3.7 volts. It takes about 4 hours to fully charge. The power cord terminal is designed with T-shaped anti-reverse plug-in. Please don't be violent. Shorting the positive and negative electrodes of any battery is dangerous. Battery for the drone. Insert the battery through the hole in the back of the drone. One end of the battery cable is facing forward. Be careful to pull the wires of the camera module aside to avoid damaging the terminals. Use a rubber band to hold the battery in place. Adjust the battery position so that it is centered front and rear. When plugging in the terminals of the battery, be sure to distinguish between positive and negative electrodes. Red wire to red wire, black wire to black wire. Likewise, the terminals are also T-shaped anti-plug design. After plugging in the battery, adjust the cable position so that it does not interfere with the rotation of the blades. Red wire to red wire, black wire to black wire. Place the drone on level ground, away from crowds. Turn the blades to check for any disturbances. Long press the power button to turn it on. Lights flashing, waiting for frequency matching. The remote control will automatically match the frequency after it is turned on. After successful frequency matching, the light becomes normally on. Gyroscope calibration must be performed before each takeoff. Short press the gyroscope calibration button on the remote control. The light is flashing rapidly and the gyroscope is being calibrated. After the calibration is completed, the light will return to normal. It's ready for takeoff. Push the left rocker up once. The blades start spinning at idle speed. Push the left rocker up again. The plane continues to output power and takes off the ground. The emergency stop function must be operated skillfully. Long press the emergency stop button to stop the motor rotation. To stop the motor in midair, you need to keep it safe below because it's in free fall. It is necessary to use this function properly in an emergency. Organized learning. Please arrange the operation flight in an orderly manner. The remote controller can pair up with and sync to control multiple drones that are powered on at the same time. It is important to understand the direction before flying. That's the main reason why they lost control on the first flight. One end of the power cord of the flight control board is the front. You can quickly determine the direction of the aircraft by the color of the lights. The directional joystick on the right corresponds to the front, rear, left, right direction of the aircraft in the horizontal position. The remote defaults to normal orientation mode. The opposite direction is the plane itself. Push the rocker forward, the plane moves horizontally forward. Push the rocker back, the plane moves horizontally backwards. Push the rocker to the left, the plane moves horizontally to the left. Push the rocker to the right, the plane moves horizontally to the right. Know the direction of the flight head at all times during flight, and it is necessary to always have the tail of the aircraft facing the operator. If the aircraft rotates with its head facing the operator, at this time, the direction of pushing the rocker is completely opposite to the direction of actual movement. I don't think most people can operate in this situation, and I can't handle it either. There's another mode of the airplane called headless mode. The relative position of this pattern is the operator. Short press the function button to turn headless mode on or off. The light flashes when turned on, and returns to normal when turned off. At this time, the direction of movement of the aircraft has nothing to do with its own orientation. Push the rocker forward to move the aircraft horizontally forward relative to the operator. Push the rocker back to move the aircraft horizontally backward relative to the operator. Push the joystick to the left, and the aircraft moves horizontally to the left relative to the operator. Push the joystick to the right to move the aircraft horizontally to the right relative to the operator. Be sure to understand the principle of its direction before operating the flight, otherwise you will definitely lose your way. After the drone takes off, it will maintain a certain altitude and then move slowly horizontally. It will usually move to the right position and hover in 510s. This process is the optical flow function at work. The optical flow module finds the appropriate pixel through the algorithm and then locks the positioning. The hover effect depends on the ground conditions, and the reflective ground with light interference is the most difficult to locate. Because of the change of light, the number of pixels displayed by the camera varies irregularly. It's like the anchor points of the ship are moving. Of course, the higher the camera definition, then the stability of positioning will be higher, because the pixel recognition will be more refined. This part only shows the functional principle. It does not do performance display. I hope you can make it clear. Press the fine-tuning button in the direction opposite to the horizontal drift to compensate for it. Put your hand in the picture of the bottom camera, and the positioning is locked on the hand. If you move the position of your hand, the drone will mistakenly think that its position is offset and make a relative adjustment. The principle of optical flow positioning can be understood in reverse. Can also be used to determine whether the optical flow function is running. The drone includes a one-click takeoff and landing function. Short press the one-button takeoff button. The plane takes off automatically. Raise to a height of approximately 1.8 meters and hover. Short press the one-button landing button again. The plane automatically lands to the ground and stops its blades from spinning. Drone horizontal direction adjustment. Pull the stick to the left, the plane rotates horizontally to the left. Flip the left rocker to the right, and the plane rotates horizontally to the right. The drone has 3 adjustable flight speeds. Short press the 3-speed adjustment button to switch. 1 beep for slow. 2 beeps for medium speed. 3 drops for fast. It is recommended to use slow speed first for the first flight. After proficiency, slowly increase the flight speed. Aircraft lighting control. Short press the light button to turn on the light flashing mode. The lights start to flash slowly. Short press again to turn off flashing mode. Short press the light switch button to turn on or off the light. Somersault operation. Short press the somersault button, and the buzzer sounds dripping. Then push the rocker to the left. The plane somersaulted to the left. The direction is relative to the aircraft itself. After somersault, the plane will move horizontally, because it has to relocate and lock onto a new anchor point. The plane can somersault in 4 directions. There is a limit to the number of somersaults. The algorithm controls whether the somersault can be performed by setting a voltage threshold, because the instantaneous current when somersaulting is large. If you don't limit it, you will suddenly lose power and fall during an execution, just like pressing an emergency stop button. There is also a photo and a record video button on the remote control. These 2 functions need to be used with the app. I won't explain it here. If you encounter any problems during the organization or flight, you can get support through ILED. We will deal with it for you as soon as possible. Good luck with your flight!